After looking at some of the feedback from my last video, I was thinking that the installation instructions might be better placed over 4 sections. So I'm going to split it up into the first being installing Ruby, the second will be to install Git, the third will be to install the MySQL2 gem, and fourth and finally will be to install Rails itself. I think the shorter videos will be a little easier to follow, as well as when we need to troubleshoot any issues you have, it'll be a lot easier to focus in on what the issue is. And at the end of each video, I'm going to have a verification step to ensure that you're ready to proceed on to the next video. So with that, let's start by going to rubyinstaller.org, and you'll want to click download. From here, you want to click this first link. This is the 32-bit version of Ruby. For this set of instructions, we don't want to download the 64-bit. We want to download the 32-bit. And note that that will work on both 32-bit and 64-bit machines. So make sure that you've got the 32-bit version of Ruby. That's an important part. And we will also want to install the development kit, which is, if you scroll down here, you'll find the correct link. Find this for use with Ruby 2.0, 32-bit. Get that downloaded as well. And while that's downloading, let's get the Ruby installer going. And we'll accept English as well as the license. This here directory is fine, and ensure here that you've got this checkbox for add Ruby executables to your path. We want to make sure that Ruby is available no matter where we are on the command line. So then click install and finish. And I can see here that the Devkit has finished downloading, so let's get that going. This is a self-extracting archive, so we want to make sure that we extract it to something that's easily accessible for us. Let's call it c:\devkit and click extract. While that's extracting, let's set up the command prompt here. Now, you can find it under Start, All Programs, and I think it's under Accessories. And you'll see the command prompt here. You're going to be using the command prompt quite a bit, at least with this installation. So I'm going to pin this to the taskbar, and the way you do that is you right-click on it, and you'll see this menu come up. And here, select Pin to Taskbar. And you'll notice now that down on the taskbar, we've got the command prompt icon. So if you go down here and click that now, you should get the command prompt window popping up. From here, we're going to verify that the Ruby installation is correct. So we want to do ruby-v. And what that does is it runs the Ruby executable and outputs the version information. So you can see here that we've got Ruby 2.0. That's correct. And here, a very critical part is that we've got the i386-Ming W32. If you don't have that, you want to make sure you go back and download the 32-bit version. So from here, we've verified that Ruby's correct. Let's go to the Devkit. So we go cd space c:\devkit. And what that means is we're going to change the directory. So you'll notice now we're in the Devkit directory. And we're going to run ruby dk.rb. So we're going to run this dk.rb file. And we're going to do init like this. So ruby space dk.rb space init. And you can see that it went out and found that the Ruby installer here, v2, and it's located at the correct location. That's correct. So now just hit the up arrow on your keyboard and replace init with install. And you can see here that we've got this excuse me, that we've got the install done. And finally, to verify that the Devkit's installed, we can type in gem install JSON. And this JSON gem has some native code that needs to be compiled, so it's going to make use of Devkit. And I'm going to add in a couple options here, --no -ri space --no -rdoc. And what that's going to do is skip the documentation for the gem and increase the speed of the install. So we'll see how that goes. And you can see that it's using Devkit, building the native extensions. and it's successfully installed. So to verify this step in the installation, make sure that you've got the correct version of Ruby and that the Devkit installed properly. And with that, you're ready to go on to the next video.